Awesome. So, hi, Sonke. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, Jacob. Doing great. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. I mean, you've been a sensational member of the Modern Maker community. We've worked together, for some time now. You've gone from literally pivoting your way and making money at each and every step since we've become friends and you've become a student. And it's really exciting. I just wanted to hear little bits of your journey. So on that note, I would just love to hear, you tell us a little bit of background and a bit about yourself to start with to warm up. Would that be
Mhm.
cool?
Yeah, I mean, come from the corporate world. I used to be working in software sales, and yeah, more than a year ago, I quit my job and kind of got into the whole world on LinkedIn, content creation. Was pretty lost, didn't know about what kind of content to create, like how to actually make money out of this whole internet money thing. And yeah, I remember I was coming across you and your content in I don't know, April or something. And yeah, and then I met you, started my first like business, mentoring business for young men, helping them to get rid of bad habits. And yeah, and now I'm running a yeah, lead generation agency for founders, helping them to get more leads. Um, yeah, through DMs and now also through content. And yeah, it's going great so far.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it's so nice to see you kind of bring the fruits of your labor that are now paying off and, doing your thing, like actually successfully getting in leads and most importantly, clients. One thing you kind of touched on, which is really cool for the audience to hear, is like you mentioned LinkedIn is your primary platform. So I'm curious, how has that treated you in terms of your growth and monetization?
Mhm. Um, Amazing. I mean, super good in terms of yeah monetization. I mean, I'm about to get to 10K per month, which I honestly, I mean, I've seen so many videos where people were doing the same interview like we're doing, and people were like, "Yeah, I can't believe it," and now I'm here. And I honestly can't believe it. So it's definitely possible. LinkedIn is, in my opinion, my favorite platform. So this is why I'm using it. Last year, I was also doing YouTube for some time because I noticed, okay, you told me, hey, go where you can find your ideal clients. So I went to YouTube, which also got me clients. And yeah, for me, LinkedIn just resonates me a lot. Everyone is pretty much used to making business there. So it's less of the fluff talk. I mean, you still want to build relationships, but everyone knows, okay, one way or another, someone wants to land a client or recommend you to someone.
Yeah, no, I mean it's awesome. And once you learn how to plug in that system, which is actually another good question here, because when you first came, it was kind of like outlining your positioning, making sure whatever step you were in, we spoke to that exact same person, whether it was mindset or lead gen or whatever it is you were up to at the time. We just tweaked it, and a lot of people that work at Modern Maker, we always talk about that Modern Maker system or the inbound maker system. um, I'm just really curious, once you dialed the system in, what happened?
I mean, first, I remember doing the first hand raiser post, which was just another post on LinkedIn, but post structured to really speak to my ideal client and asking like, hey, if you need help with this, DM me Word. Super easy, super simple. I might have seen it before, but I was like, man, this is super easy. And leads were really coming in. And especially at the beginning, like literally like 8, 9 messages where I still have the screenshots in my Google Drive. And which was just like, yeah, I just felt after you were like leading me into this world, I was feeling like Alice entering Wonderland. Like,
Yeah.
wow, what? Like, it was an instant mindset shift. And over time, I just understood more and more how this whole maker metrics works, and just how once you know it, that you can really apply it to, just as you said, pretty much any pivot I was doing. I always knew, okay, this is how I will do it.
Yeah, I mean, that comes to show, because like wherever you were, you just kind of said, I'm going to do this consistently. I'm going to drive momentum. Regardless of what I'm up to, I'm just going to keep dialing in the system. And then it kind of just paid itself off. Obviously, you had a bit of outbound, you had a bit of inbound, but it was a matter of consistency, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, the way that we kind of see that growth is phenomenal in a sense, because it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's just a matter of putting in the reps, showing up, doing all of that stuff. So on that sort of note, I always love this question. It's like the same way you asked me when you first came. It's like, what would you tell someone 2 steps behind you in terms of a little insight? Would you have something to say for someone 2 steps behind you in terms of your growth and monetization journey?
First, stay consistent. Whatever you want to do, just start doing it, even if you don't have an idea. And the second is, if you notice you have no idea, get the help. Ask someone who knows how to do it. Invest that money, and 100% you will have the ROI, because it's super. It's just an accelerator. You can figure it out by yourself in, I don't know, 1-2 years, but you will lose 1-2 years. So yeah, this is what I would recommend. My young self.
Kind of what's his name? Yeah, like the Hormozy Club always says, you pay for speed. For example, you can work it out. We've all worked out our own bits and pieces, but when you pay for speed, there's nothing better than actually getting to that outcome when you think of the ROI. At the beginning, you kind of mentioned you couldn't believe all those YouTubers who were talking about their whatever 5-figure months, and then you were kind of just clocking on and going, I don't believe this, and now you've had something similar, right? So why do you think you've had the success you've had over the past month?
I mean, one big piece of the success belongs to you, honestly, because I remember how I reached also a point where I was kind of, when I was starting out this lead gen agency, that I had change in clients, because I started, of course, selling it for a lower price just to get the ball rolling. And I remember that I was really at the low point. And it was actually when, I was visiting you in Cyprus, and we were having this full-on conversation about, the whole mind. I would say from this on, like raising the prices and just, I don't know, believing in myself. It sounds really more like it's a spiritual topic in this case, but yeah. And afterwards, I mean, all the questions I could ask you along the way, for example, hey, how do I onboard my ghostwriting clients? Boom, I get all the info sorted. So all these little tweaks, which just give me the confidence to do the work, because I know I can always ask you, because you have the experience.
Oh, that's so nice, man. Thank you. I mean, it's all about the access and the proximity at the end of the day. When we do things, having someone around you to ask, like all of a sudden we've become friends, and like mentor to student. We kind of feed off each other and challenge each other. And one thing you hit there was confidence, right? So I too, it doesn't matter what income level you're in, what service line you're in, confidence is such a big thing. And I think that comes with conviction, which is one thing you've chatted to me about, the more reps you put in, the more conviction you gain, because you're like, okay, I've done this. Can I do it again? Can I do it again? And then the circle goes on, and you're just helping more and more people achieve that outcome. And what I've seen you kind of do over the, last few months especially, is just go, you know what, I'm going to press post, and whatever happens, happens. And I remember that conversation we had in one of our one-on-ones where you were like, really? I mean, is it okay to raise the price? And we kind of said, the same way you get through the same sales call, the only thing that's going to differ is you're going to spit out that number. And we're going to see it's either a yes or a no, right? And then what happened was awesome. Yeah. So like when it came to Modern Maker, I remember like some time ago when you decided to join, I was more curious in terms of your personal growth, your mindset at the time. What was needed to actually make that major decision that you made to actually jump the gun?
So you mean what made me join the program back then?
Yeah, like what was the major reason why you pulled the trigger, whether it was me or other coaching courses or investing in yourself? Was there like a primary driver?
Yes. In this case, the thirst for knowledge, and I knew you're like the person from the first moment I jumped on this really short call with you. And within like a couple of minutes, you showed me your expertise because you were just dropping some hints on, oh, this is how you could position yourself. I was like, what? Like, again, this Alice in Wonderland effect. What? Like, crazy. I didn't see it this way. So, so showing your expertise and also your personality, which I just resonate with, I was like, man, Jacob can help me.
Oh, no, thank you. I mean, that actually brings in a question I had that we talked about as well, which is one of the key principles I've seen you do as well is like, we talk about documenting your journey, and a lot of creators out there are more about, show the tips, educate people, inspire them, whatever. But one thing you do is you're like, here's how my month looked like. This is how I got a client. This is what I'm doing with my client. Would you have a few words to say, about how documenting and showing people what's behind the curtain has helped you with your success?
I mean, the first thing, I'm just thinking of the like whole funnel type of thing, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, that those posts are really targeted for the people who are in the middle. Like, okay, this is how Sonke is doing it. Okay, nice. So people just get a small understanding of how I work, what I do, what they can expect. And if I get even more into detail, it's pretty much like the bottom part. Okay, so he's looking for someone right now. He has one more space available in his agency. Perfect. Let's just send him DM. So
Yeah, and you've kind of done the whole urgency and scarcity thing that we've been teaching, and that's kind of just, your freedom number, exactly how many clients you want. You just demonstrate your craft and then go, I do have a spot. If you want it, great. And then once it's filled, you also talk about it, and then you can build a wait list and all sorts of stuff like that. So this was really insightful. I'm, really grateful that you opted in for having this conversation. So cheers with a virtual coffee. I saw you have a sip before.
Yeah.
If there's a way to find you online, like if somebody wants to look for you, where would we look to find your stuff?
On LinkedIn. So if you put my LinkedIn profile in the show notes, that's where everyone can find me.
Yeah, and that's Sonke Tristan Van Jacob on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jacob. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Cheers.